In the heart of the American Midwest, there is a small town called Black Hollow, known for its picturesque landscapes and tight-knit community. However, Black Hollow holds a dark secret, one that locals speak of only in hushed tones: the legend of the ghost train of Black Hollow Station. Black Hollow Station is an old, abandoned train station on the outskirts of town. The platform is crumbling, and weeds sprout through the cracks in the asphalt. The once grand station building is now just a shadow of its former self, windows shattered, and walls covered in graffiti. No trains have run on the tracks in years, and yet, every so often, townsfolk whisper of a ghostly train that appears out of nowhere. The legend dates back to the early 1900s. During a particularly harsh winter, a train traveling from Chicago to Black Hollow derailed just outside the town. The passengers were all residents of Black Hollow returning home for Christmas. It was said that due to the severe blizzard, the train was moving too fast and the engineer lost control. The train plunged off the tracks and into a ravine, killing everyone on board. The bodies were never recovered, buried under layers of snow and ice, and the wreckage was left to rot. Since then, the ghost train of Black Hollow Station has been spotted by a few unfortunate souls who dared to wander too close to the abandoned station late at night. These sightings always occur on the coldest, foggiest nights, when the moon is hidden behind thick clouds. One such night, a group of 5 college friends, intrigued by the legend, decided to visit Black Hollow Station. They were all studying folklore and paranormal phenomena, making this trip a thrilling adventure for them. The night was freezing, and a thick fog enveloped the station, making it look even more eerie. As they sat on the broken platform, discussing various ghost stories they had heard over the years, an unsettling silence fell over them. Their laughter faded, replaced by a sense of foreboding. One of them, Jenna, recalled an old story her grandmother used to tell about the ghost train. According to her grandmother, the train would appear at midnight, and anyone who boarded it would never be seen again. Despite the chilling tale, the friends laughed it off, attributing it to old wives' tales meant to scare children. Midnight came and went, and nothing happened. They began to relax, teasing Jenna for believing such nonsense. Suddenly, a distant whistle echoed through the fog. The group fell silent, eyes widening in disbelief. They turned towards the tracks, where a faint light began to pierce through the fog. The light grew brighter, and the sound of an approaching train grew louder. The old, rusty tracks began to vibrate. The friends watched in horror as an old-fashioned steam locomotive, shrouded in a ghostly glow, pulled into the station. The train was immaculate, as if it had just come out of a different era. The doors opened with a creak, revealing dark, empty carriages. An icy wind blew through the platform, carrying with it the faint scent of coal and steam. Compelled by a mix of curiosity and fear, the friends boarded the train. The interior was luxurious, with plush seats and ornate fixtures, a stark contrast to its ghostly exterior. The train started moving, slowly at first, then picking up speed. As it hurtled through the fog, the friends realized there was no turning back. Jenna clutched her friend's arm, pointing out the window. Instead of the familiar landscape of Black Hollow, they saw a nightmarish scene: twisted metal, charred remains, and ghostly figures wandering aimlessly. The temperature dropped even further, and the friends could see their breath in the air. Suddenly, the train lurched, and a haunting melody filled the carriages, like an old, forgotten lullaby. Shadows moved in the corners of their vision, and ghostly apparitions of the long-dead passengers appeared, their faces twisted in agony. Panic set in. The friends tried to escape, but the doors were locked. The train sped up, the scenery outside blurring into darkness. One by one, they began to feel an overwhelming sense of dread and despair, as if the spirits were draining their very life force. Just as they thought they would succumb to the haunting, the train screeched to a halt. The doors flew open, and the friends tumbled out, landing on the platform of Black Hollow Station. The ghost train vanished into the fog, leaving behind an eerie silence. Shaken but alive, they looked around and saw that they were back in the present. The fog was lifting, and the first light of dawn was breaking. They helped each other up and vowed never to speak of the night's events again. Years later, when the friends had long graduated and moved on with their lives, they would sometimes gather and reminisce about that night. Though they had all survived, a piece of each of them had been left behind on that ghostly train. The legend of the ghost train of Black Hollow Station continued to haunt them, a chilling reminder of the unknown forces lurking in the shadows.